I got suspended in school. My mom decided to take me over to a youth group and to sign me up. At first, I didn't want to be there, but Brandon told me to keep coming and see if I liked it. If I liked it, just keep coming. For example, me, my parents don't really go to church. Like my mom will go to church once a month, maybe.
We're running an event where we brought all these people together from different. And I found out one of the leaders from a local Christian church actually received first communion at the church we were hosting, a Catholic church that we were hosting the event at. And I'm like, really? And what happened was he didn't feel embraced, welcome, didn't have community, didn't have all those things. And now he's involved in this other Christian church community.
Having a connection with a kid and just seeing what they're interested in is like a big part how to connect with them.
And I think when you say like no judgment, you're saying be more inviting, be more listening.
They enjoy, they're gonna want to keep coming back. And if they feel like the people in those places, like them there, appreciate the time that they're taking the time up to be there, they will just keep coming.
This is what Catholic youth ministry looks like.
Exploring the 5 M's of ministry.
With Brandon Morel, also known as a symbol.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is what Catholic youth ministry looks like. And hey, if you got to this video somehow, some way, that means the algorithm probably knows that you are involved or connected to youth ministry in some type of way. And so if you aren't already subscribed, make sure you click that button. There's a lot of resources and materials to help you serve our young people better. And today, as we're talking about youth ministry, we're going to talk to a young person, a teen that I've known for 5-6 years now. Been a part of a bunch of different things, has grown a bunch of ways. And so, yeah, we're going to hear from a high school senior. What's up, Steven? Intro yourself, let people know who you are, and we'll just go from there.
I'm Steven Perez, and I joined the youth group in 7th grade, and I've been here ever since.
Right. So for those that don't know, and I'll say this, man, come a long way from running around teaching kids from other parts of the country to say Spanish words they probably shouldn't have, right? To where you are, where you grown to today. And I just want people to kind of get context to who is Steven, what is it like growing up in New York City as a teen today?
Well, at first it was kind of hard because I did come from a different country at like the age of 7. And I didn't really like to be here. I didn't like where I was at. I didn't like the people I was around. So I got cool with them. You know, once you're around, you just like notice new things. And church is not really a big thing for me when I was little. So
yeah. I mean, on that point, I think even for somebody, I mean, I know people say this about me, but I mean, probably, especially depending where you are in the country, people would be like, that doesn't look like the stereotypical church kid that I think of, right? And yet, me knowing you, like, you're someone who is not a parent, like you've been taking yourself to mass for a long time, right? You've been involved in so many different ways. What helped you or what, I don't know, inspired you to make the decision to stay connected to everything?
Well, the first time I went to a youth group was because I was a little bad kid. I'm going to be honest. Like, I was just in the streets doing things that kids do in the streets. It was just bad. And I got suspended in school. My mom decided to take me over to a youth group and to sign me up. At first, I didn't want to be there, but Brandon told me to keep coming and see if I liked it. If I liked it, just keep coming. There was people there that I met, became friends with, that I'm still friends with now.
Yeah, are there any like particular moments as you think back, like, okay, because there's a bunch of small decisions to stay connected and stay around. Just like little, this experience, this talk, this thing. What are some of those spots?
Now, what I really liked was that, like, I was going to church and the little group was like, we would have time to enjoy ourselves. So every kid just talk to each other, you know, make friendship. And then we'll have a little talk about what's happening in the Bible or what happened in the Bible. And I felt like that really brought us all together, and it just kept us on coming. And more, I feel like a lot of people were there when I first got there.
And I want to talk to like what I just said about the quote unquote stereotypical church kid, right? In fact, and again, because I know the situation.
I still get that a lot.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. I know that. And what I love is actually you haven't sacrificed who you are. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we've had conversations going on trips, going places where I'm like, hey, be mindful of your surroundings, but don't lose who you are. Why do you think that is that people don't picture?
I think a big reason why people don't picture me as someone related to the church is because I guess the way I grew up, the place I live in, and just the things I used to do. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I think if we're honest, also like looks, all that stuff plays a part.
Like
You know what I mean? One thing that I know throughout the years has stood out to me is, I've told you this from before. Number one, I've always seen you as a leader. Like, you've always like, hey, I've been in places where like there is literally, he knows nobody, and like everybody be listening, following him around. Like, that's just, it's a part of your natural gifting. You know what I'm saying? I've seen where we take train rides across the city in different places. Like, oh, what's up? Yeah, I know you. You just happen to know everybody. Like, what is there any reason why you think that is, or like how is that? Yeah.
Well, I always been outside. Like, ever since little, I always been outside. I never like to stay inside the house, and I feel that's because like I grew up just outside. Like, I never really liked being locked up or whatever. So I'm a really funny guy too. Like, people come up to me, talk to me. They like how I am just because I'm straight up. I'm a straight up person.
Yeah.
So I'm very cool with a lot of people. I feel like baseball got me around a lot of people too. I did a couple of editing back when I was in like middle school. That got me to meet bigger people around the city too. So there's just like, there's a lot of methods or ways to meet people. But I feel like I got a good memory about where I go. So everywhere I go, people like recognize me. I obviously, like, you can see me from a mile away.
Yeah. And back in the day when you would wear the red hoodie every day.
Hey, Nike Techs, peak.
But okay. In that same framework, I thought about like leadership. Like, I think some people are afraid of, either afraid or they just don't make decisions for themselves, right? Other people make decisions for them. And you started coming in 7th grade, right? Coming and during this time, if we want to paint the picture for people, there is not a lot happening in person. We still had to space out, right? Because it's coming out of pandemic, like masks on, all of that. And it grew to like trips, all kinds of things. You did not come initially as a part of like a religious ed or confirmation. You decided to sign yourself up. What was that thought process like? Yeah, what was that for you? Hey, you're here. That lets me know that you're the who. You're who our Lord loves. You're who Jesus wants to use to reach this next generation. But in you being the who, how? How are you going to do that? Well, this podcast is on the 5 M's of ministry, and I need to let y'all know that the book is now out. And there's all kinds of things for you to evaluate, to look at. What are the 5 M's? How can I evaluate it? Each chapter you can think of, like, how can I be better in having better messages and having better music and just reaching young people in general? So you can head over to Amazon. You can get this. How we reach this next generation. And then there's some what's. There's some devotions, there's some comics, there's some different materials that I'm starting to create that can just help support you in your ministry. And with that said, let's get back to more of the how here in this conversation. Let's do it.
At first, I started enjoying what I was seeing every Friday night. So I just kept on going. You know, then I got involved into the church. Actually, Brandon had me like helping out with like a little film crew that the church had or whatever. So that actually like kept me motivated on just coming on every Sunday. Every Sunday, it was like a little ring in my head. It was just, oh, gotta go do this. So that got me out there. Then, I mean, like you hear words so many times that you just start thinking is something. So I just heard the verses so many different times. I heard the Bible verses so many times that I just started believing in God.
And so you felt like you wanted to take that step and just sign up for confirmation class, be sealed with the gift of the Holy Spirit, and kind of move forward from there.
Yeah, because I originally did my first communion already. So I just wanted to finish it all and just go straight on what I had to go do next.
What I love picking your brain about all the time too is I think sometimes a lot of other youth ministries, a lot of priests, whatever, could learn a lot more spending time hearing like this, right? So for those that maybe don't get the opportunity to hear from the teens outside, like you said, you know a lot of people. What are those things that other people are saying that like are keeping them away or make them not want to be involved or make them not feel connected to a local church youth ministry?
I feel like the younger kids, they feel judged. They feel judged because obviously their generation now is not the same as it was back in your type of time. Now you see kids subway surfing, dancing on the middle of the trains. Like it's just, I don't know. I feel like the kids feel judged. They need more love because a lot of these kids have like a bunch of young parents that basically don't know how to like take care of them for real. And something that like kept me from going to church when I was younger is so long. I feel like it's a bunch of old people and it's just like a long place to sit in and just hear, just listen.
Okay, so there's a few things there. One, a lot of people feel like they're judged, they're not heard, they're not welcomed, right? Two, they don't have a context of authority and faith, and even people they can look up to if we're honest about it. Because even what you just said about like younger parents and stuff like that, right? Like I say this a lot. I mean, we need adults to actually be adults that we can count on, support, right? That's another one. But I think another one you're saying it felt long, which I mean I think that's normal, right?
Yeah.
But there isn't an active participation because you said something earlier about how you started helping out like with video work and you started helping out even just set up lights or set up things, like you were actively a part of the ministry that we were doing.
Yeah. I feel like when kids are invited to a place and like they get taught to be in a place and do something, and if they enjoy, they're gonna want to keep coming back. And if they feel like the people in those places like them there, appreciate the time that they're taking the time off to be there, they will just keep coming.
So I'm gonna draw an analogy because I know sports, especially baseball for you, right, is a big thing. Because you talked about the judgment that people feel. I think there two things can be true, right? Is like we can be doing the wrong thing and still be trying to love God, right? And sometimes it takes a while before the behavior changes. And some people with the judgment piece want young people's behavior to change before they feel connected and involved and they've experienced that love and they've learned some of the lessons, right? So like it's like backwards. Now, the reason why I'm saying the sports thing is like, imagine joining a baseball team, right? The first day on the team, are you hitting home runs?
No.
Does the coach expect you to hit home runs?
No.
So what are things that like coaches do that help kind of move that along a little bit?
Something that coaches do is they train you, obviously. They keep you doing the same repetitive thing multiple times, which I feel like connects to the church with the way I said. Every Sunday, which is a click on my head, be like, oh, I got to go do this. I got to go do this. So that works. And I feel like the coaches don't put too much pressure on the kids. I feel like they just tell them, yo, try your best. Like my coach personally, he's like, I know you could do this. I need you to go do this. Just try to go do something out there.
Mhm.
At least make it possible.
Yeah. So I feel like when it comes to coaches, they know who's the person that they can like put pressure on, right? Because that person maybe has been around a little bit. You understand personalities a little bit. And then there's other people they kind of take a little bit more time with to learn individually in that sense. What are some things that adults in ministry get wrong when they're trying to connect with teens?
Something that they get wrong trying to connect with teens. I feel like their perspective.
Okay.
I feel like adults see a lot of things differently than what kids see things.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like kids still need their time to be like, enjoy themselves. I feel like, which is a good thing about a youth group, I feel like the group just had game nights, so that brought everybody up. So it would be a bunch of middle schoolers and high schoolers that would come and play basketball together. And I was like, oh, this keeps everybody together. And that's how I became friends with Christian, Jason. Jason's from my hood. I never seen Jason my whole life. But throughout group, you see, I connected with Jason. And it's just, yeah.
Right. So you're saying like the social part, the fun, the activities, because even on the more deep nights, there's still icebreakers and games and things like that to build that bond.
Yeah.
But you said this other thing about perspective. I think it's normal, right? Because everybody has a perspective. Like even people the same age have different perspectives.
Yeah.
So if I don't want to put words in your mouth, that's why I'm trying to like make sure I translate it for people to understand. Is like they have their perspective and it's like, oh, you teen should learn my perspective and adapt to my perspective.
Yeah. And I feel like that is wrong because me and you were from two different times and we was raised differently. So the way I see life is not the way that you might see life, that he might see life. It's just we all have different ways that we see certain things and that we expect things to go.
And so the goal would essentially be to take time to understand things from the teen's point of view and then try to incorporate that.
Yeah, I think taking time with the teen's point of view is where most adults have a harder time because you obviously, if you see a point of view, you're going to believe that's just what you think is right. That's your point of view. But sometimes you just got to listen to the kids because the kids see things that you don't see on a daily, especially living in New York City.
So what are some things that you think helped, right? Because I think, again, I would hope, and I mean, I think we've taken time to try and hear. I mean, even this right here is trying to hear that other side in perspective. What are some things that could help hear that side in perspective?
I feel like for me, what worked was obviously I got close with Marieli's, which is now my godmother. Back then, when I first started going to a group, I ain't really like, there was some people at group I didn't like, but she got me to be comfortable with them and, just be cool with them. And she would like take us out as a little group, just take her time, her own time to be with us and just hear us out and just go enjoy ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Right. Like I remember, so the time that was invested, the listening part, right? The priority, I could say this about like making it, but I'm even going to say this, like I remember way back, for anybody watching this or anybody that gets, I have a book, The 5 M's of Ministry. The very first page actually says that this book is dedicated to J. Dottie and Julissa, right? Now we know who that is, right? Like, because what that was is we sat down and said, hey, let's come up with a little cartoon character that represents the kids, right? That we are reaching out to. And we came out with a whole character bio, like this person, this culture, this background, this is how they dress, this is the music they listen to, like, right? And so we intentionally took time to say like, okay, hey, Steven, what are the top 5 songs right now? Okay, I probably can't play them at youth group right now, but let me go get that instrumental when we have our game night or something. or let's find something else that's more similar to like build that bridge?
Yeah, that got a lot to do with like the way teens feel and connect with people. Because even that, I feel like music has changed so much. Even in like 4 years, I feel like the music has changed a lot. And I think the way that kids are raised is not the same that it was raised back then. Like, for example, if you go to where I live, my block might be dead for a little bit, but then it'll get packed up. I see a bunch of little kids playing basketball in the street, and it's like, I feel like I'm invested with the kids because I know them well. So I take my time and be like, oh, I'll play with them a little bit or whatever. But I think a hard part to bring kids into a church is just like their parents.
Okay, explain that a little bit.
Like, for example, my parents don't really go to church. Like, my mom will go to church once a month, maybe. And I was there every Sunday or every other day that I had to go help or do something. It was like, I really wanted to be there. Because once I joined the group, I was there multiple times a week.
I mean, you would stop by after school. I remember a lot. Yeah. I want to take a brief moment to let you know that this podcast was produced by and brought to you by Kari Films. Kari Films is a Catholic media production company that wants to highlight and showcase the beauty of the Catholic faith. They do this through podcasts, through testimonials, through live events, through weddings, and all kinds of other ways that just show the beauty of our Catholic faith. If you're somebody that has a story that you want to tell, or just something that you have going on to highlight the beauty of Catholicism, I want you to reach out. Go to karifilms.com, go to Instagram @karifilms, or just click the link in the description below. Now, let's get back to the conversation. Because I think another thing we're talking about without talking about is we're talking about trust, right? Like there's a trust that I think we've been able to build. I think there's trust you've been able to build with the friends like in your same age range. There's a trust with like Marielis, who's been like now your confirmation sponsor, godmother, like person, like kind of like walk with you in that way. What helps build that trust?
Well, motivation. I feel like they expect a high point from us because of what they see from us. And it just motivate us to go there and just keep on going.
So in building that trust, what are some things you think that teens need? Like what would like let them know like, oh, okay, I can trust this person. Oh, I can listen. Oh, they actually do care.
I feel like, well, we already said this, listening. I feel like reassuring them. Reassuring them is a one big piece. And, just inviting them more, just bringing them around more, teaching them what's like happening around.
How important is it for churches to create spaces for this? Like where they can feel, heard instead of they have to be the ones that are hearing, they're the ones that are listening.
It's very important just because throughout the years I've been through to a different type of churches. So it's not like I've always been around St. Mike's. When I would like leave the house and like go to my aunt's house, stay over for a couple of days because I didn't want to be home, she would take me to church because my dad's side of the family is like religious, but her church was not like a regular church. I feel like it was a Christian church, but it brought the kids in. It had like a little playroom where all the kids would go after mass, relax. They would eat. They would have the little coffee, just try to keep the kids wanting to come.
Yeah, what I think you're saying is that sometimes other church communities have done a better job of creating community and places for people to socialize and feel connected to one another outside of just the service.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just trying to say.
Well, I'm going to tell a real story because this literally happened yesterday, right? People will see this at a different time than when this is recorded, right? But literally yesterday, I'm running an event in a Catholic church, and because we've done stuff through Young Life, we build on different areas, different church communities. And we're running an event where we brought all these people together from different. And I found out one of the leaders from a local Christian church, young adult, actually received first communion at the church we were hosting, a Catholic church that we were hosting the event at. And I'm like, really? And what happened was he didn't feel embraced, welcome, didn't have community, didn't have all those things. And now he's involved in this other Christian church community, right? And I'm like, oh man. Then I'm talking to one of the teens that showed up. They turn out to be a junior in high school that goes to a Catholic school, but they don't go to a Catholic parish or community involved like that because that connection wasn't there. I mean, we've named some of them already, but when we say like, I think some of those things are like music, some of them are like, culture, language. Like, how does that environment, like, how does that help play in making young people feel welcomed?
Yeah, I feel like music is one of the biggest pieces because every person listens to a different type of music. I feel like Hispanic will listen to some Spanish music. If you want to listen to some rap music, you listen to some rap music. White people listen to country music. And like those are things they hear on a daily. So it's like, oh, that sounds like something I'll listen to. I might want to go there.
Yeah, so music, that is a big one. Now, what about like language or culture? Because you kind of said it a little bit, but yeah.
Well, for me, language is a big part of me too because I'm bilingual. So wherever I see people that speak Spanish and need help, I'll probably go out and help them.
Mm-hmm.
Or somebody that's just speaks English and wants to go somewhere Spanish, I'll go out and help them. And I feel like there's a lot of kids that come in, especially to our neighborhoods, that they're obviously immigrants, so they don't really like speak or know the language that you guys are speaking. So I feel like having a language barrier where y'all know where to be at is helpful because it brings more kids in too.
And language is bigger than just English and Spanish, right? Because even if I was to speak very formally and make sure that I explained the catechism and gave you the Christian faith, the Catholic faith, and deep theological language so that you can make sure your mind is mentally stimulated and you can embrace the theological truths of our faith. If I started that on day one and was just like, hey, bro, what's up? That's still language, right? Like,
Yeah.
It's the same language, but it's a different language. They'd be like, bro, what's good? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I feel like that's another thing. I feel like words have changed throughout the time.
Mm-hmm.
And kids just don't speak the same no more. So I feel like someone being able to understand what type of music they listen to, how they speak, how they dress, and what's around them is what like makes them themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They should like, I feel like a big thing, I did this for one of the trainings where I work at now. I said that just watching a kid, the way they move, the way they think is like, you could tell a lot from them. You could tell what like, how they feel or where they come from. Certain people like get scared of certain things and I'm like, that happens on a daily here and over there, like it doesn't. So it's like two different things.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think we're getting back to, we're saying the same thing about like listening to the kids. And I think listening is a little bit more than what we're saying. Sometimes it's formal, like sitting down like this and actually listening. Because then, okay, this is what I don't want to happen. Some youth leaders going to see this and they're going to go, okay, I need to form a student leadership council. We're going to sit around the table and ask you, what do you like? What do you like? That's not necessarily what we're saying. That could help, but that's not necessarily what we mean. Like, also like watching, right? Like, what YouTube channel are you subscribed to? Hey, what was a funny video you watched? I mean, we share funny memes still right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's helping me understand your worldview.
Yeah, I feel like having a connection with a kid and just seeing what they're interested in is like a big part of how to connect with them.
What would you say to a pastor, religious ed leader, whoever it is, right, in the church, that they're frustrated because teens are not showing up?
Invest more time with the kids. I feel like, well, for me, I feel like you see how that school at St. Mike's It's not a school no more.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that gym, they should open it up and just have kids from that hood just come and play and have their fun times, at least like for the winter or something, because a lot of these kids just want to play sports. They don't want to like go somewhere. And I think a good way to introduce them into the word is just the same way like we have game nights. So we will come in, we'll play, then we'll sit down, we'll have a little talk.
Mm-hmm.
You will read a Bible verse, we'll all listen, pray, and I feel like that brought a lot of us together. Well, especially me. I feel like I'm a big sports guy, so if you talk to me about baseball, basketball, I'll be right there with you. When it comes to football, I don't really know stuff about football, so I wouldn't really like mind it. For real.
No, I think so. You're saying like they should, rather than having everybody like just come to the program, one, take time to listen, go to them, and then two, create programs that represent what they want, not what you want to give them.
Yeah, basically creating programs that represent what they want, not what you want.
Okay, if a church had only one chance to invite a young person in, what do you think matters most first time they walk through those doors, first experience?
No judgment.
Okay, explain that a little bit.
I feel like a free judgment place, because I feel like most of us get judged, especially, I still get judged to this day. Like people find out where I work at now, or people find out where I go to church at, and they're like, oh, I don't expect this from you, or I don't expect that from you. I'm like, why? Like this is normal to me. I do this on a daily basis. Like it's a normal thing. And I'd be like, yeah, like I work with kids. They'd be like, oh, I didn't expect you to like try to do it. I'm like,
I mean, and for context, even like you've even like done camp where not just go to camp as someone that experienced, but someone that was like cleaning up after people, serving afterwards, right? Like, and doing devotionals every day and all of that sort of stuff. Like, I think people need to hear that because they don't see that picture together.
Nah, they don't. And I think the way that we dress is something that makes people's head be like, oh, this person, this type of person.
And I'll say this too, like, because it doesn't mean necessarily that you got to go get some like Jordans, Asics, get the like flyest new brand, right, to connect with the teens. Because there are people that we've connected with that come from a completely different culture, but like you're like, nah, this person's real. They're cool. Like I could chill with them. Like, what are some things that help that?
I don't know. I feel like just being welcoming, like being a welcome person brings more people in. Opening that door to let people in brings more people in.
Like I remember, okay, and this is me like telling funny stories off rip. Before we started landing this ship, like I remember one of the first times we got away, kid from a completely different culture, very exuberant, excited, joyful. Like it's like, hey, and like came to give you a hug. You like, yo, get off me. And now, like, I mean, that also isn't necessarily what we mean by being welcoming, right? Like, there is like what you said about music. I mean, we've been to other places where like the music doesn't necessarily represent some of the teens. And they're like, hey, can we change? Can we put a few, like they're asking opinions. Or we've walked around with our own little speaker box to like kind of bring things connected together.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. That one time we was at the camp.
Yeah.
That just our little cabin group started playing music. We brought that whole cabin, all the other rooms that came with us, and they had they had their leaders, but they wasn't there with them. They were just all came with us. They followed us as one group, and it was just there. It was just all the kids was having fun.
Right. And I think when you say like no judgment, you're saying be more inviting, be more listening. Yeah, just welcoming overall.
Yeah, be more welcoming and just be more aware that it's just the life that you live is different than what a little kid is living.
And no one even like asking your name, not just like you're a number in a seat.
Yeah. I feel like adults speaking to kids and just interacting with them more, just bringing them more conversation and showing them that you really care for them, and brings them in. Because I feel like that was the hard part for me at work, because, I like my personal space.
Mm-hmm.
Kids like to be all over the place. They like to go around, hug. And I feel like them putting me with kindergarten made me be like, oh, they're just like little kids. That's just something normal they do. So they will come up to me, hug me or whatever. Now with the older kids, they still do the same thing, but they're more hectic and loud. So you just gotta like talk to them, listen to them. And as long as they show you respect and you show them respect, they're gonna keep that going.
So if you could talk to your peers, right? Right now we've been talking to the adults, but if you could talk to your peers, right? What message would you give to young people out there who feel disconnected from church, unseen, or like they don't belong?
I say just keep trying to connect with God. You don't obviously gotta go to one church. You could find something else around. Like for me, what brought me in was the youth group. Try to find something around like that. Cause in those places you meet different type of peoples, and whatever you like or don't like, I'm not gonna like the same thing. So yeah, I could come to an agreement and just be like, oh, I want to do this, or I want to go there.
Yeah, what you're saying is find a community that you can be connected to, embraced by, etc.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna throw a what if. What if the local church down the street doesn't have that for them?
I say, well, that's a lot of things like Bible studies. I have a friend that joined a Bible group, a little Bible, and he's way older than me.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the little street guys, you know. Now he's getting his life together. Now he joined a little Bible group, and it's like he goes to it every week, and I'm like, oh, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would say one of my challenges would be help start it. Like I know okay, maybe at the local church down the street doesn't have it. Maybe that's because you're supposed to do it. Maybe you don't even know what to do yet. And that's why like these videos are here to like kind of help give you some like tips and tools on how to make that happen. Or I know people that have started stuff as a teen, they still didn't know and they just took time and like figured it out as they went. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I feel like just listening, just watching, just being there for the kids, something that's gonna bring them more a part of whatever you got going on.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you know and heard me say this. I call it the 5 M's of ministry, like the message, right? So like the way that you said we sit down and have those little talks, the music. We've talked a lot about that today. The meeting space, so like setting it up, whether it be the gym space or whether it be like now, even before there was officially a youth room with couches and stuff, like we would set the chairs up and lights and make right in the office space with the beanbag that like I got completely deflated. It wasn't even a beanbag anymore. It's like right. That we would spend hours after youth group just kind of hanging there, right? The little basketball hoop on the back of the door, like finding ways to make that a part of things, right? So that's the meeting space. The members, we've also spent a lot of time about that, like how are adults connecting, listening, serving, making sure they do that. And then the mission territory, being aware of the community you're around and how you connect with them.
Yeah,
that's basically the 5-point checklist of how you do this.
Basically, yeah. Yeah.
Any final thoughts you think that like, again, whether it be a teen or a young adult, somebody needs to hear this right now?
I say don't force the kids to do something they don't want to do, and just be there for them. The more you be there for them, I feel like I had a lot of talks with you about what I went through, and I'm the type of person to not like say what I go through. I decide to just go through it myself. I feel like you took a lot of time to just sit there and listen to me and like help me out and just be like, just keep on pushing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. Hey, I encourage y'all not just to do this, but actually find some young people in your community and do the same exact thing. Off camera, you know what I'm saying? Again, not in a formal way where you're making like a youth count, like literally just hear them out, right? Take time to do that. And if this was helpful in any way, subscribe. You can drop a comment, reach out to me. You can head to the website too. I have a bunch of ways that you can connect with me. And I'm one of those people that actually responds to emails, to Instagram messages, so we can build and serve our young people better together. Thank y'all for watching. God bless. Peace. And if you feel inspired in any way, giving link is also there that helps in the greater New York City area to do outreach and connect with young people.